Oh my God. Look at this hair. Look at this hair. Just. Yeah. Oh shit. There's too much glare on the glasses. Fuck. There we go. But that hurts my back. Ain't the human self something? Always trying to be perfectionist. Always trying to control everything. Always think the ego needs to have a hand in how the universe operates. Beautiful beings, on today's episode, we're going to be diving deep into understanding how to trust. Period. Trust in yourself, trust in the universe, and trust in life and its natural flow. And when you're able to apply these principles in your life, then not only will you be able to surrender more easily to allow the flow of the universe to give you what you want, but you can honestly go through life creating your peace in this very moment. And did you even know that that is your only priority, is to have peace in your life in this very moment without needing or wanting anything? And you're going to learn how to trust in order to fully detach. What is up, you beautiful beings? I just got to give so much love to my new subscribers. Thank you so much for supporting me and trusting me on your spiritual journey. Now, if you're new to this channel, welcome to the AwakenOne community. So glad to have you here. My name is Brittany Fontanez, your homegirl. On this channel, I speak about spirituality with compassion, emotional awareness with love. I do guided readings, of course, and I talk about things that need to be talked about that aren't talked about in this world, because it's our divine right to know more than what we have been taught. And this goes to the topic that we're going to be talking about today, and that is trust. Now, the word trust in itself is a little mind-boggling, because we live in a world where we put so much of our trust on the outside world and we neglect self, and therefore when we do try to trust, nothing goes our way. Now, I want you to understand that conditionings are beliefs, and the word belief has the word lie in it. So we have been conceived with so many lives to create beliefs to condition us to be a certain way. Henceforth, a lot of us go through suffering, go through sadness, go through heartbreak or anger. And it's because we have been conditioned to believe that that's what this world is. It's only of hatred, it's only of darkness, but that is not true. It's only a conditioning. And please understand, you can change your own beliefs by believing in what you want to believe in. So boo-boo, make up anything, because that's how powerful you are. Now, I want to jump into help you understand the fact that, it's very important to stop living from here and start living from here. Yes, this is another conditioning, another belief that the mind is more powerful than the heart, which is not very true. The mind is only a tool. It's logical. It's only meant to be used to create ideas. But here is where we really reside, is where divine and the universe really are. This is love. This is who we are right here, the part that we have forgotten. Now, the reason why we were taught to neglect self, the reason why we were taught to forget about self, is because if we are so absorbent within this world, we become of this world. And when we become of this world, we forget about the inner world within us. We have been taught to not learn this, which has more neurons than the brain could ever have, which makes it much more powerful. So powerful that it can literally ignite an engine. That's how powerful our heart is. But the reason why we were taught to forget self is because when we feel, we will know the truth. Hence the meaning that in order to know the truth, you have to go within. So if we forget how to feel, we forget the truth. And when we forget and don't know the truth, we're easily programmed and manipulated. Henceforth, why we put so much trust in the government or the politicians or the outer world. And now I want to share with you how to learn how to trust in yourself, trust in the universe, and to be able to surrender to peace and love. Now, why is it so important that we feel peace and we feel love and we feel joy and we feel uplifted? Because yes, it is the highest vibration of all. Peace is the highest vibration of all, which means nothing can touch you, which means nothing bothers you, which means it's not that nothing bothers you, you don't allow it to dismantle your peace. You don't allow it to interrupt what you created with divine. Now, we've been living in a world where we've been so conditioned to be separated from ourselves, separated from each other, because when we learn separation, we learn disconnection from divine. And this is why a lot of us yearn for a relationship, yearn for materialistic items, yearn for money, yearn for a better life, yearn for riches, is because we're trying to fill the emptiness within us. That emptiness is the disconnection from our true fulfillment that only could come from divine source, God. Use whatever word works best for you. No judgments. It's an energy, not a word. And when we're disconnected from that, we forget ourselves. And this is why a lot of us feel lost. This is why a lot of us feel hopeless. This is why a lot of us feel like we're stuck. It's because we're not living and being led from here. Now, what does this have to do with trust? Well, trigger warning. The reason why majority of us don't trust is because we grew up in environments where we probably were verbally abused, physically abused, emotionally abused, mentally abused, without no one even being aware or being conscious of what they're doing. And majority of us have been conflicted from that, from being unemotional, from having unemotional available parents, from some kids being sexually abused by caretakers. And, when we grow up in an environment like that, where our sense of security is being shooken, and our caretakers work against us, we create this belief that if I love someone or if I love anything, it'll betray me. Hence the world today. There's a lot of betrayal, a lot of deception, a lot of lies, and that's why we don't know how to trust. It's because we really don't trust ourselves. Now, how can you trust in yourself, knowing that you had so many revelations and so many synchronicities that showed you otherwise? How can you trust yourself? Is by realizing that the calling that you hear in your heart, that you've been hearing for all these years, that made you probably the black sheep of the family, that made you feel like you weren't meant to be a part of society, that yearning, that calling is divine, telling you it wants you to come home so you can know your power again. Now, how can you trust in yourself, though? You may be asking. How can you trust in your decisions? How can you surrender? By realizing this one thing. Control stems from fear, and fear stems from thinking that you don't have resources, that you don't have anyone to look out for you when you fall. That's not true. Divine gave you, and divine gave you this universe. Think about this. Will you ever had times in your life where you thought of the worst case scenario and you kept thinking and you kept thinking and you thought it was going to happen, and it probably did happen, but yet something trickled out of nowhere that resolved that made you feel happy again? That is a clear sign that there's something beyond our own knowing that is looking out for you. Have you ever made a decision in your life where your gut feeling told you to go with it and you were correct on it and it felt good? That is a clear sign that you were trusting yourself. Now, how can you implement that every day? By listening to your heart. And if you don't know how to listen to your heart, I have a 4-week heart healing program. Very, very powerful program where we go through different strategies on understanding heart coherence, how to connect with our heart, and how to be able to be led by that, by discarding the loss, the resentment, and learning how to really heal. You can sign up and book your appointment today by going to the description box below and hit the link, and you can book your appointment, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But it's so important to understand that this center is where we truly reside. Now, how can you fully surrender in order to trust, knowing that you put your trust in a lot of things and a lot of people and nothing worked out? Is by realizing all you need is you. All you need is you. You are so worthy to have your ideas come to life. You're so worthy to have the desires that you have because we're antennas. We pick up thoughts. We pick up frequencies that make us feel. So think about it. When you have an idea, when you have a dream or a goal, and you feel it and you see it and you embody it, just know divine gave you that vision because divine wants it for you too. That's how you know you're worthy. Is because you're receiving. And plus each morning you're waking up and something beyond you is waking you up every day because it believes that you're worthy enough to be here. But how can you fully trust and surrender in this power? Is by realizing if everything else didn't work out in your life that you believed in, why not entertain the thought that only good things can come to you because you feel you deserve it? Why not? Why not trust in that? Why not trust in that so wholeheartedly to the point, instead of you feeling suffering, like when you're happy and you think something bad's gonna happen, instead of thinking something bad's gonna happen when you're happy, instead you start realizing, oh, I deserve this. I deserve this joy. I deserve to believe in the fact that I already put my thoughts and my emotions into my actions to the point I was able to work on my dreams, and then I could realize that it's such a relief to let go and the universe can do the rest. That's a relief to know that I don't have to do it all. Only the mind and the ego thinks it needs to do it all because it stems from fear. They made us believe that this is so powerful because they know fear mostly resides in this when you allow it to be your controller. But when you're ruled by this, you will realize you'll rather trust in the power of your heart. You rather trust in your own knowing. You rather say no to what no longer agrees with you. You rather say no to being of the world. You rather say no to living like everyone else, because you know deep within your heart yearns for you to be you. Your heart yearns for you to express your exuberance and uniqueness. Allow that. Entertain that. Surrender to that. I'm not gonna lie to you. When you start opening up your heart and you start wanting to be led by love and allow yourself to be submerged and allow love to lead the way, your body is going to be uncomfortable because it's so used to being this identity of suffering and sadness and being in a rut. It's so used to that, and your body is going to want to make you go back to those old habits and way of thinking and fear because it's used to that. But you are the only one that operates your mind, feels your heartbeat, it walks in your shoes, and God will never make another you. So you might as well be you and heal yourself, work with yourself, learn your power, and alchemize all those conditionings, all those beliefs, all those false lies that you know your heart doesn't want to believe in, and allow yourself to believe in what's true for you. Because you're not meant to be of this world. You're meant to be in it to create a new world from what you feel is more needed in the world. So other than that, you beautiful beings, that's all I have for you today. If you got any clarity or any upliftment, please let me know your comment in the feedback section below. I would love to know. Also, if you want to book a healing session or a reading, all of my services are in the link in the description below this video. I love you guys so much, and please understand it is so important to trust right now. Trust yourself and trust in the universe, because the energy that's taking place, it's literally divine calling us to come back home to our sovereignty. Take your power back by realizing you don't need to listen to this world. You don't need to be like your parents. You don't need to be like your family. You can be you, and how everyone treats you and how everyone reacts towards you has everything to do with them, nothing with you. So other than that, you beautiful beings, I love you so much, and I'm so thankful to have you here and to be here on your journey. But other than that, follow me on Instagram, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Namaste.